What's going on, guys? I just recently went to a guy's house. The guy had 15 arcade machines that he was interested in selling. And I happened to see this old IBM sitting there. And he had stacks and stacks and stacks of computers. And it pulled a couple strings in my heart to see this thing sitting here. This is an IBM 5160. He also had an IBM 5150, which was the very first home PC. Anyways, so I only had enough money in my pocket to buy this guy. And the reason I bought the 5160 is because it has a hard drive internal. And the 5150 does not. But coming back for that 5150, that's a piece of history. This I also picked up for $20 a Macintosh. This is, oh man, it's such a big deal to me. Now, I mentioned in the previous video that I like my favorite computer, the computer I had back in the day when I was a kid, was the Tandy 1000. And the Tandy 1000 was basically an improved clone of this computer right here. And oh, look at that stink bug. I hate these things. I can't get rid of them. Anyways, stink bugs. But okay, I know this is my arcade channel, but you know, if you don't like this, skip ahead, because in this video I'm going to talk about a new mystery game that I'm going to fix up. Well, I'm going to try. We're going to try to fix this game. And in this video, I just got it. I didn't plug it in. I didn't do anything. I'm not even going to tell you what game it is yet. You're going to find out. But man, I want to take a trip down memory lane here, and I got to open this thing up. I hope I'm not boring some of you arcade guys. But man, this is a wonderful piece of history. I got emotion. I swear to God, I got emotional when I walked out of here after I bought this thing. But yeah, so let's tear this thing apart and let's see what it looks like inside. See, I don't know if you guys know it or not, but I love my Tandy computers. Man, I mean, I don't know. It was just, that was my arcade for some of you guys. You know what I mean? I got Tandy 1000 TX right here. I got multiple Cocos and TRS 80, Trash 80s, Model 2 and Model 3 I have. But just, man, I had fun times going to Radio Shack. You know what, this was my favorite toy when I was a kid. And whenever I had money when I was a kid, I used to go to Radio Shack and buy random parts, whether I understood what they did yet or not. I always bought random parts at Radio Shack, and I was interested in computers and electronics and stuff for ever since I was a little kid. I mean, ever since I can remember. But man, Radio Shack was a huge part of my life. Early computers was a huge part of my life, and that was my thing. You know, when I was a little kid, I used to go to the city dump and get old computers, and I would rebuild them, reinstall Windows and whatever. Now I'm talking DOS 6.22 or DOS 3.0 or DOS 3.3 and Windows 3.1 or Windows 3.11, Windows for Workgroups or whatever. I'm talking early stuff, you know what I mean? And oh yeah, I used to love playing with BASIC too. But I would get these computers out of the city dump, and I lived next to a college, and I would fix these computers up and sell it to all the college students. And you know, I felt like I was a businessman at that age. You know, I'm talking, you know, I was like 10 years old, and 10, 12 years old, and I was doing this, and I felt like I'm some kind of important businessman. In my mind, that's how I felt. And, you know, later on in life, I ended up buying 1,000 computers from the Department of Defense at an auction. Paid 50 cents a computer. Right now, this place is tore apart. I've got multiple projects I'm in the middle of. I finally got me a bezel that I'm going to put in my tax scan. My tax scan is missing it. See it? I'm still missing a piece of paper. Eventually, things are coming together eventually. But yeah, anyways, let me go back to the IBM 5160. Okay, so I took the screws out of the back, and I'm getting ready to open it up here. But man, does anybody remember playing Paratrooper in the early DOS days? Man, I don't know, man. This is part of my childhood. It's important to me. I know it may sound crazy to some of you guys, especially some of you guys that might be younger, looking at this and like, what the hell, you know? But man. Anyways, when I was young, I really got into tearing old computers apart, upgrading them, and messing with them. And I've had many of these in my day. But it's been such a very long time since I've seen this that taking all the screws out. Yeah, I got them out. It's been such a long time since I've seen one of these. I got kind of emotional. But oh, speaking of games, does anybody remember Deep Angst for Macintosh? It's a black and white game. You're walking through. It's kind of like a wannabe Wish It Was Dragon's Lair. Deep Angst. That was a cool game. Or does anybody remember Pitfall? Not Atari Pitfall. It was, what is going on? There we go. It was a game where it was all ASCII text, and you're falling down a tunnel, and you have to stay away from the walls. I love that game. Anyways, oh God, that is so awesome. Okay, let me zoom in here. Now I remember, I think these were 41 128s or 4164s. I remember populating these on an old version I had, and I ended up getting mine up to 512K base memory. But looks like, let me take this off the stand. Oh man, it's been a while since I've seen this. But looks like we have an expanded memory card right here. There's your onboard RAM. And this sucker is sporting an 8088 processor. Now if you don't know, this is the same processor right here that's in Qbert. Qbert runs off this processor. And let me see the RAM. Yeah, 4164s. And this is the same memory that you would put in a Williams board to upgrade the RAM to the 5-volt only RAM. And I remember this is your MFM hard drive. This is not IDE, it's MFM. Multiple frequency modulation is what it stood for. Now I had one of these back in the day. It had a Seagate ST225. It was a 20 megabyte hard drive. Curious what this is. This is on the early side. I'm willing to bet it's a 10 megabyte. I think, by looking at this, I bet you it's been replaced. Because these usually have the big full-size hard drives in them. But, wow. Looks like I got an EGA card in it. Or CGA, I mean. Which is cool. Could be monochrome, but I'm betting it's, right here's the plug. It still could go either way, but I got a 9-pin. But, wow. Man, it just brings back memories. Okay. I'm going to turn this on. I have not turned this on yet. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh, I hope that came from the... Oh, that came from the board. No. Are you kidding me? Oh. Oh, that really came from the board. Wow. Came right down there. Right here where the coprocessor is supposed to be installed. Oh man. Oh, you know what? Here. I'm going to remove the power plugs from the motherboard. Let's turn it on again. Oh, it sucker booted up. Wow, so it looks like the motherboard shorted something out. These were awesome power supplies. These power supplies were tanks. Man. Well, I do have the 5150 coming, and I might just swap motherboards. I do believe they're the same motherboard. But okay. Anyways, I'm going to totally disassemble this thing. I'm gonna wait until Friday when the guy's gonna be home again, and I'm gonna buy his other IBM, and I'm gonna get this going, and I'm gonna run a program called 8088 Corruption, where a guy actually programmed code to run off an 8088 processor, and it actually displays full motion video, which is amazing, you know. But okay, I'm sorry if I bored you guys. Let's talk about Space Zap. That's the game I just got, and we're gonna try to get this going as, you know, today. We'll see what happens. Well, here it is. I just took it in from the cold, and I let it sit here and warm up a little bit because I don't want any condensation on the boards, giving me some goofy errors or anything. Somebody scratched their high score in there. This is probably going to be the worst condition game that will be in my house. But I've wanted a Space Zap for a long time. I actually like the gameplay on this. But the control panel is, look at this, man, shot. But luckily, there is no graphics on a Space Zap control panel. It's basically like a hammered metal black finish. And your instructions are right here on the back, and these actually look great. So I haven't cleaned this thing up yet. I basically just got it. The guy said it doesn't work. Maybe it'll be easy. Sometimes it is. Maybe it won't. But yeah, right here you can kind of see this other side here. My wife's picking at it, and
I don't know.
But okay, let's plug this in real quick, and let's just see where we go. What do we get? You know. Okay, well, Kelly's getting ready to plug it in.
You ready?
I'm ready. Make sure there's no interlocks.
Yeah, there is an interlock back here.
Pull it out.
Ready?
Yep.
Tube's lighting up.
Okay, we got a light and tube.
No smoke as of yet.
No smoke test. And I'm still waiting. Sometimes it'll take a while. This is a black and white monitor in this machine, by the way, and it has a color overlay. Also, this runs off the Midway card rack system, the same system that Gorf runs off of Wizard of War, Robbie Roto, and there's a couple others, or one other. But well, oh, you know what? Let me try to coin up. Maybe the monitor's dead, or who knows. It doesn't seem like anybody's home. Okay. Well, let me go behind the machine and let me test the voltages on the power supply, and let me just reseat a few things and see if we get lucky. Ooh. Well, I'm back behind the machine here, and I got my multimeter. I'm going to set it right here for now, and I'm going to test, see if I have voltages on the plug. Now, the power plug for these card rack systems is right here on the edge. This is going to be the same with Wizard of War and so on. And if I remember correctly, this is my ground right here. And these should be my other voltages right here. So I'm going to turn the machine on. Okay. And right here should be 5, I believe. I have 5.1 volts. Okay. Right here I have 5.1 volts. Right here I have, what's that say? I can't read it. 13 volts. So that will be my 12 volts. And right here, 5.1. I believe that's my reset voltage. And right here, I have negative 5.6. So that's actually acceptable. Let me turn the machine off. Let me plug this guy back in again, just for giggles. Now, I did happen to see many of these cards in this cage are used in other Bally Valley Midway card rack systems. Like here's my RAM cards. Right here. Now it's very common on these RAM cards for these tantalum capacitors to blow up. You know what I'm going to do? I happen to have known working RAM cards. So I'm going to take both of these out for now. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? First, you know what? This one I'm going to do. Let's put them all back in. And you got to watch how you put these in too. You got to get them straight, dead nut straight. Okay, I kind of just reseated those two. I'm going to reseat this guy. I'm going to reseat this guy a little bit. I'm going to reseat this guy. And let me turn it on. Hey Kelly, can you walk around in front and see if we have a picture? So I do have my voltages. Whether they drop under load or not, that's still not sure. Anything?
No, I don't hear anything. I don't see anything.
No. Let me go right here. This is my audio amplifier, which is on this machine here. And if I touch this, you should hear an AC hum. I don't even hear an AC hum, which makes me wonder if I have 12 volts going to this or not. No AC hum. Okay. So you have nothing.
Nothing that I can see there.
And just for giggles, I'm going to reseat these connectors a little bit. Anything happening, Kelly?
Mm-mm.
And this guy. Nothing.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I do have neck glow, and when the machine was turned off, I did see the monitor flash. So I'd imagine we should be getting something on the monitor. Wiggle these connectors a little bit. Anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So let me turn this off. I'm going to pull. I'm suspecting the CPU board. I'm going to pull this guy out, and I do happen to have another. What last time I remember, at least, working CPU board. Let me grab it real quick. Okay. So here's another CPU board. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to put it to the side. And I'm going to put this one in. I would love if that's all we had to do.
Nice.
Yeah, well, this came out of a barn or something. This is barn fresh, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm probably not going to be that lucky. But we'll see. Okay, I'm going to turn it on now. Anything, Kelly? Try to coin up.
Don't hear any sound for those switches.
Nobody's home?
Doesn't seem like it, no.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to swap the RAM boards. It's really nice to have at least another mid-rack, Valley Midway card rack system to test with, because it's been a while, but these were working cards last I knew. So it's good to have known working boards to put in there, because it's a process of elimination. You know what I mean? So as of now, I know that this, and this work. So I have the pattern generator card and the game board. So, okay, I'm going to turn it back on again.
Okay.
Try to cling up, see if you hear any.
Oh,
Ooh, it made a noise. Press start.
oh, we got it.
Oh, we got it! We got
We
it!
got it. We got it.
Okay, okay, hold on.
Space that.
Oh my god, yes. Okay. Boy, that was easy. Yes.
1950.
Is it really working?
Yes.
Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes. Beautiful. I definitely got to recap this monitor.
Oh, yeah.
And this is filthy.
We get to clean it.
Okay, so it was, I bet you it was a RAM board. Okay, guys. Did I bore you with my IBM stuff? I don't know. You know what? This is my channel. If you don't like an occasional vintage computer in there, too bad. But let me show you something. Do you know what this is? This is my Teardown. I do have an original working Teardown board. Working. I told a friend of mine that my only game that I have that's not original is Teardown, and so he actually, a good buddy of mine, he actually sent me a Teardown board. Just gave it to me, and he paid too much money for it. So that was a very, very nice thing of him. But in the last video, I was talking about a T-shirt. If you guys can guess which arcade in my arcade is not original, I'll give you a T-shirt. Nobody guessed it. But oh, what's the guy's name? What's the guy's name?
Daniel Adams.
Daniel Adams. You, sir, guessed that I had FPGA in my Major Havoc. Now, I do have original Major Havoc hardware, but I've been testing a Major Havoc FPGA for the last 4 months. So, you are the closest, and the closest to getting the correct answer. So, I'm sending you a T-shirt, buddy. Yeah. Teardown. You know, I have a story about this. I took this Teardown to a show, and Walter Day was at the show, and he played Teardown. Now, if you don't know, Walter Day is a badass Teardown player, and I took 60 games to a show, and they were all original, but Teardown. And Walter Day played Teardown, and it screwed up and went into Windows while he was playing it. So that was embarrassing for me, you know, because I'm a hardcore original. I want that original hardware, which I do for Teardown. One of these days, unfortunately, I'll have to put this in. I've had this for about 6 months, working board, but I've been putting it off. I need to put it in Teardown because it bothers me. I almost don't want it in here if it's not original. But yes, if you guys like what you see, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. I don't give a damn. Have a good one.